This is Elisha Mamman, and today I will be teaching on goal setting. A wise man said that the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in not having a goal to reach. And because of that, so many of us have been living a life below expectations. We have been living life below our maximum potential. What we are capable of, we are not doing, simply because we do not have great expectations for our lives. So in this course, I'll be talking about understanding success. What is a goal? What is goal setting? Why should you set goals? And why people do not reach their goals. And so, first things first, success as defined by L. Nightingale, he said that it is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. The progressive realization of a worthy ideal or goal. What that means is you cannot talk about success without talking about goals. Brian Tracy said that success is goals, all else is commentary. I conclude by saying to you, under this issue of success, that success is simply the progress you make towards reaching the goal you set. It is about making progress towards the goal you set. And so, what is a goal? A goal is anything. I like this word. Anything. Why do I like using anything? It's simply because some people think their goal should just be spiritual and then every other thing will happen just like that. That's a big lie. A goal is anything. It can be spiritual. It can be physical. It can be material. It can be social. It can be financial. What that means is that a goal is simply anything you set to achieve, accomplish, or attain in your life. And that brings me to another thing I like saying. It's about you and what you have decided to pursue for your life. A goal is anything, the next word is, that you set to achieve. You set it to achieve it. If you don't set it, you won't achieve it. Another definition for a goal is, it is an idea of the future. It is an idea of the future. A goal is also a desired result that a person or group of people set, envision, and commit to achieve. A goal can be an object, it can be a person, it can be an ambition towards which effort is directed. So, what is goal setting? But before I talk about goal setting, I would like to tell you what I consider goals as. For me, goals are promises that you make to yourself. I will buy a house in 5 years. I will drive a BMW in 3 years. I will spend vacation in Florida in the next 2 years. I will make 2 million naira this year. I will help my child get better in mathematics. They are simply promises you make to yourself. And if you make promises to yourself, you must also make plans to fulfill these promises. Secondly, goals are predictions of the future. They are future you predict. They are your future, but you are the one predicting it. So goal setting is the art, an act of predicting the future you desire. So when we talk about goal setting, we're talking about something that is in the future. We're talking about your tomorrow. We're talking about possibilities that are ahead of you. It is not just money. No. It's about the future you envision. It is what you are thinking of. It is an ideal place in your mind. It is what you want to have. But when we talk about goal setting, it encompasses a lot of things. And it is not just about what you want. It is about what you want and how you intend to achieve what you want. So goal setting encompasses the setting and the reaching of your goal. You can't just set a goal and say, no. The goal setting is the process and the system by which you both set the goal, develop a plan or system by which this goal you have set is going to be reached. And that's very key for us to know. So goal setting, I also say goal setting is the process by which what is in your mind is brought out and put into your hand. It is the process by which you bring out what is in your mind into your hand. It is a process. It is not just an action. It is a process. It is a series of action, series of steps that are very, very, very important for us to consider. Now, why set goals? If goals are outcome, then it simply means it is about destination first. This is where am I going? Who do I want to become? What do I want to have? What do I want to accomplish? What is possible for me? So it's about destination. And they said if you know clearly where you are going, it will be easy to find how to get there. And then the next thing is direction. If you set a destination clearly, the next thing you should worry about is direction, how to get there. And that's the job of goal setting. And that's why you should set goals. Why? Because by the time you engage in the skill of goal setting, you are not just going to know where you are going to, you are going to design a how to get to where you are going to. And the third thing I'm going to say before I list out some points on why set goal is that goals personalize your experience. They personalize your experience. I like BMWs. My wife liked Toyota. So sometimes my BMW don't trip her, even though BMW is finer. And every time, Toyota does not trip me. Every time. At no time is it preferable to me. But that's why. Because we are different. Personalized. That I married her does not mean she will start becoming BMW driven. No. So that's what it is. So stop allowing people give you goals to achieve. It's high time you start setting your own goals. It's high time you start paying attention to the things you want that comes from your heart. So there are 5 things I'm going to talk about. Why? Why must you set goals? Because goals provide direction. They provide you with direction, where to go. Secondly, they create focus for you. Now, the moment you know this is what you want, you can pay attention to it. Focus is about paying attention. 3, the moment you know what you want, you don't know what, you simply have come to a conclusion. You don't know. The next thing is that what you don't want, you know. Because if you don't know what you want, you won't even know what you want. So if you can just conclude by knowing that I want a BMW, it simply means I don't want a Toyota. What does that mean? Goal setting helps you in decision making. Helps you make decisions. And number 4, it provides you with motivation. You know, sometimes I wake up from sleep smiling. Why am I smiling? There is something I intend to achieve. And when I wake up, I just find out that I'm a little closer to it. And a smile just appears in my mouth. Even when I've not brushed my teeth, that smile remains. Why? Because there's motivation in that which I am looking forward to having. And lastly, it determines priority. It determines priority. It determines priority. So you need to set goals because it gives you direction, it provides you with focus, it motivates you, and so on and so forth. Now, in this session, I'll talk about this, and then we will plan, and then we will begin the second session. Why people do not reach their goals. I just made only 5 points, but I believe you, if you sit down and calculate it, you will find there are many, many, many reasons. But most of those reasons fall under these 5. And so we'll start it at number 1, clarity. Number 1, clarity. They don't know exactly what they want. They don't know exactly what they want. They are not clear about what they want and what they don't want. And once you are not clear about what you want, it will be difficult to get what you want. 2, unbelief. You are going to only experience what you believe. Belief is a force of life. If you do not believe, you will not have it. Everything you have is actually a product of belief. So people do not reach their goals, or people do not have their goals simply because of what? They don't believe. Some of them say it's too big. Some of them say it has never happened to anybody in my family. Some of them says everybody that lives in my neighborhood, everybody lives below and within this thing. So I am not going to do. So if your neighborhood is your standard, then there's a problem. There's a problem. Unbelief. Number 3. I talked about setting goals because it provides you motivation. You have to set goals that can inspire you to work. You have to set goals that can inspire you to run. You have to set goals that can inspire you to want to become better. Until your goal, motivate simply means they energize you to take action. Motivate means the goal is strong enough to energize you to walk, to move into action towards its direction. To motivate means the goal is attractive enough to wake you up and run towards it. And very key, very important, set goals that motivate you. I think it is Les Brown who said that people set low goals and hit them. So they never ever live their lives or the best version of their lives simply because they set too low goals and they hit them. And when your goals are very low and you hit them, you actually have hit nothing. Why? Because you are capable of doing much more. You are capable of doing a lot much more. Please set goals. They may not be too high, but they should be high enough to motivate you. High enough to motivate you. High enough to encourage you. High enough to provoke your courage to take action. And number 4, fear. Fear. This one is something all of us experience. At least some of us are afraid of something. Even me, I have 1 or 2 fears sometimes. Sometimes when I want to start something very new, or when I want to launch a product, or when I want to start something about my book, about my dear, I used to, So, but you see, fear can either be positive or negative. The fear of poverty made me succeed. But you see, if your fear is negative, what happens is that it paralyzes you. It makes you not to act. Before I talk about work, I'll tell you one story. One morning, very early in the morning, I was praying downstairs in my house. And while I was praying that morning, I do not know what happened, but I had these beautiful frameworks in my house on the floor. And while I was praying and saying amazing stuff in the place of prayer, one of those paintings fell down. You need to see me. I was actually praying, so I was in the spirit. I should be protected. I should be fearless. But ladies and gentlemen, it was in my parlor. I know all doors are locked. I stood in one place. My tempo increased. I started shouting and jumping in one place. Instead of running outside the parlor, I was in one place and shouting. Then something dawned on me. I said, every place is locked. Nothing has entered inside your house. And then I realized when I turned back, I saw a frame that fell down. And I found out I understood what fear can do to somebody. It kept me in that spot. And you know what is annoying? I was acting drama. There are so many of you. Because of the fear, you are doing too much drama in one particular place and other people are reaching their goals. You are dancing in one spot out of fear. You are shaking in one spot out of fear. It has paralyzed you. And other people are doing amazing stuff. And I need you have to work with your fear. You have to overcome your fear. And you have to go against your fear if you want to always reach your goal. And lastly is work. Some people are just dreamers. They have big goals, they do nothing about it. They have great goals, they do nothing about it. I usually say this, and I'll say it to you in this class. Until you work on your goals won't work out for you. Until you work on your life will not work for you. Until you work on your money will not work for you. What that means is that nothing works out except work is added to it. You need to begin to work. That is why if you want to keep fit, you work out. Why? Because it takes working out to be fit in life. It takes working out to be fit for success. It takes working out. So you need to work on that dream. You need to work on that goal. You need to work on that plan. You need to go to work. It takes work to attract goals. It takes work to draw near to goals. You can't set it and ignore it. A wise man says that goals after set requires a hunter to get. I hope you understand these reasons clearly, and I hope you will look at them more, study them, and go ahead and begin to apply them to your life. And I promise you, you will begin to see a lot of your goals come true. So thank you for this session, and I will see you back in the next class. Thank you.